Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Friday, November the 23rd, 2018, also known as Black Friday, the big shopping day after Thanksgiving. Let's talk trading, weekly wrap up. But Black Friday is all about FOMO, also known as fear of missing out. Don't want to miss out on all those sales. But you see, with the sales, there really is no money and risk management there because people just go crazy. They, rack up huge credit card debt. And what's that got to do with trading? Pretty much the same. Is when you get out there and you get emotional and fear of missing out takes over, you start taking all these trades because you're afraid you're going to miss out. And next thing you know, your account's blown. But we're a bit smarter than that, and let's see here. Because we're looking at the monthly euro yen, and we knew it passed below that previous month's midpoint, and then you see here it also passed below the previous or the current month's midpoint. So if you got short at either one of those levels, you're in the profit zone. You see, we're only 41 pips off the low and 224 off the high. And if you remember, they were both, it was almost even at one point when we looked at it. Let's take a look at the week and see what happened. As you can see here, we exited the upper weekly wick zone. And if you just left that trade alone, as soon as it went out of that wick zone, you can see your stop loss was never threatened, not at all. And now you'd be looking at, let's see, 118 pips off of that weekly high. And as far as filling the gaps, once again, as I said in the beginning of the week, this is a holiday week, so you can see many gaps haven't filled, but that's just a good thing because next week, that means there's another these will all be targets to fill those gaps. So look for that maybe next week or the week after, but those are definitely targets. So when you get a chance to trade in a direction to fill that gap, you might want to take advantage of it. And looking at the daily, you can see here, entered the upper, exited the upper, entered the lower, exited the lower. The money was there. It's up to you. You can see there's only 3 pairs over 100, with the euro yen being one of them. All I can do is tell you guys and show you guys, you traders, here are opportunities, but you're going to have to click the mouse on your own. I mean, I know these are simple. You don't see any squiggly lines, nothing really cool. Well, we got the dashboards, but a lot of the screens, we don't even use the dashboards. And we got the multimeters. Yeah, that's cool. But, once again, you can just use the horizontal lines to do these trades. And, just to show you, people always want to know, traders want to know. But the TRO HL5 indicator right there, I mean, that's pretty much gets used on most of the charts I show you, where you can show the open, high, low, close, mid, the top, bottom, the pivot levels, the mid pivots, the pivot gridiron, or you can even show a fixed price. So you can just plot that line and trade away from that line or trade towards it. Once again, just very simple things, yet profitable. Okay, you can see here we had the pivot point above the daily open, but below the buy zone. So the pivot didn't really give a bias. You can see here we entered the zone and it just kind of waffled. So you should have taken profit. The worst thing is scratch the trade, but coming down through the daily open, the weekly open, the short zone on the daily, this was just a signal just to get short, get short, get short. And you can see the result. So once again, crossing below daily open says go short. Below the weekly open, go short. And then if you didn't do the daily, it's saying, hey, here's the short zone on the day, go short. I mean, the chart was screaming. It was just screaming at you. But then again, it was, well, let's see, this is actually the last day of the week, so this is the day after Turkey Day. So there's just a nice opportunity. I mean, 100 pips off the high. So now we've got 3 pips off the low. Might want to play a reversal, but you might want to be careful too. And as you can see here, we're in the green rat zone. We've got the range. So you might start thinking about taking long opportunities. But you see here, because of this huge drop down, you've got to be quick. Just play the wick zones right here on the M15, and they'll pretty much guide you in when to take profit. Once again, we took out the pivot and then reversed, and you can see here we're almost down to the daily S4. And you can see there's the monthly open right there. And we did take out that pivot, but we still have those 2 missed pivots up at the top. Price action, you got a 3 ball here. Look to go long at the line. And we might have to check back in a couple of minutes because it's almost time for a new candle. As you can see here, less than a minute. And we've got our 5 lines being put in. You see we cut through them. Once again, simple stuff. Simple, simple. Wick zones, in and out. Boom. There you go. And the whole low set up. Looks like I need to do a little refresh here. There we go. We can put the time frame back to M15. That's the one I like to look at. So you see 127.9 D is your holo setup, but that's going to change in just a few seconds here because we're now at the top of the hour. We're going to get a new low right there. You saw it change live. Larry live trade. This is going to be the long. So you're going to probably have to see if it puts in a new low, or you can jump in with a partial here, but you're in dangerous territory because you're right here at that low. So you might want to wait because you won't miss the boat, but you can just see what happens. Okay, we had a short opportunity, just clicked off there, probably would take profit. We got a couple longs here at the 97, 98 level using the inventory reduction bars. As you can see here on one of my favorite trading screens, we got a lot of selling going on, so you can't buy yet. You just have to wait. That's how the spread dots indicator helps you out, keeps you from making those trades where you just put the trade on and it just goes against you. Now, that being said, if you wait for buying, and there's no reason why the market can't turn around and put in a couple of buy clicks and then go into waiting or go right to selling, that can happen too. That's just the market. But this gives you the edge because that's a very infrequent occurrence. As you can see here, there's a lot of distance been put in, and we're just all scrunched up. You can see here, I had the screen open for a while. It hasn't refreshed, and you can see that nice drop off of the Einstein lines. Once again, nothing fancy, nothing difficult, just some horizontal lines. Now, I brought out something. I was playing with some indicators here. Let me just do a little quick refresh. Why did I hit M30? That's not going to be quick. That's quicker than I thought. Okay, here we go. I'll show you what I'm doing. I've got the wick bar indicator, which is this one. It tells you upper wicks, how many bars ago you were in an upper wick, and how many bars ago you have to go to see that you're in a lower wick. That just so you can see here how it's changing live. It's showing you where the wicks are. And that was back in 2015. And then 2011, I put the trade wicks here. You can see how many top wicks you're in, how many bottom wicks you're in, how many candles you're cutting through, how many void area where you're not even cutting, and how many bars are used. And that the bars used is according to how many bars are visible on the chart, or you can put in your own number like 100 or 10, however you want to look at it. Now the dynamic wick zone, you can see here, it's showing you what wick zone. You can see here 146 bars ago. Okay. So it's showing whichever one cuts first. That's why you see 146 here. Whichever the first candle that the price cuts a wick, that's the dynamic wick zone. So you can use this. You can just scrunch the chart and you can see where price is. So you can see there's this range from let's see, let me put the right click. It's not doing it. You can see you can just look at the chart. See, there's like this huge box right here, this area where it's just going up and down, ranging. And so this is helping you show where those wicks are, where you can take and look for trades based on those wick zones. So you can see here, right here, all this ranging area. It broke below this low. Price is below this low, but not quite below this low, and this low hasn't been broken. But you can see here, back here, it broke that low, but it was in the wick zone, and look what happened next. Not to say that that's going to happen again, but those are the types of things you're looking for. Those type of opportunities where you can almost see the trades as they materialize. So using the wicks, just using the wicks to trade can be very profitable, because you can see that price, for example, right here, price shot out, came back into that wick zone, didn't penetrate it, and look what happened next. So those are the types of opportunities that we look for when we're doing our studying. So you can use this chart as either a trading chart, or you can use it to study to see, okay, I'm looking for opportunities. Okay, I see the opportunities, and you can take advantage of those opportunities. But it's, once again, it's just really simple stuff. It's nothing that difficult. But knowing that price isn't in a wick until somewhere back here, it just gives you a clue what's going on. And in fact, I think I might put this code in the dashboard, so when you're looking at the dashboard, you might say, hey, there's an opportunity. This is something that's really, going back into some old territory for 460 bars, 146 bars. And you can also shift it here, because those were hour bars, but you can shift it in the daily, and the same thing is true. So you can see here, you're playing in this candle. You can see this range, how price is ranging here. So right now you're in this low. You could wait for this low. If that low doesn't happen, just use price action. So that wraps it up for the week. Once again, Black Friday, FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't think I'm going shopping today. I bought some tools online from Sears. I had some free cash to shop your waypoints, so I took advantage to add to my tool collection so I can work on my toys around the ranch. So I hope you're having a nice, safe Thanksgiving, or had a nice, safe Thanksgiving. And okay, we got Cyber Monday coming up, but you know what? That also is FOMO. Just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So we're going to continue to drain the banks.